Eric EJ, hey, great to see you again on this Sunday. Yeah,
What do you have
I
to
don't
say?
have much to say today.
For those who don't know, let's reveal.
Let's enlighten
educate.
them, I guess.
Let's
because we're all about
educate.
edumacating people.
We do a lot of edumacating here. How'd you do this week?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Hopkins' walk-on.
Let me see. What did you
Look,
get right?
there you go. That's how I did this morning.
What's the one game you got right?
That
Let's
is the
find
question. That is the question of the ages. Is there such a thing, or do you get 5 points for signing your name?
No,
Like
you
that's
got
what I thought.
5 points. So what did you get right? You got one right.
But I got one
Buff-
right, but I didn't get the score correct.
Correct. So Buffalo State Cortland was a draw. You got that wrong.
Of course I did.
Hobart Skidmore was Hobart. You got that wrong. Stockton Rutgers Camden was Stockton. You got that wrong.
We don't have to go through every single game I got wrong.
Oh,
You
here we
can
go.
just-
Here we go. Roger Williams Suffolk. Roger Williams 3-2. You got that one right. You selected Roger Williams 2-0.
I know. See, it's there. It's just sometimes it's hard to find.
Yeah, Chicago CMU. You got wrong. That was a draw. North Park, Illinois Wesleyan was Illinois Wesleyan. You got that wrong. Mount Union.
Are you kidding me?
5-3. So Wilmington won that one. What else do you have?
I mean, even the Purple
Wisconsin's
Raiders
was
let
a
me
draw.
down.
Wisconsin's was a draw, and you had that wrong. Pack Lutheran Whitman was a draw. You got that wrong. Chapman Pomona, wrong. That was you had a draw, and that was actually Chapman. So there you go.
I hate this game. I don't know why I do it.
So I got 10 points, so I only got one more win than you did.
But you know what? You did. Yeah, you're way ahead of me as far as on the scale.
Yeah, I only got 10 points. Everybody did poor this week. We had 5 people with 5 points.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people with 10 points. As a Hive, we were 2-8, our worst week to date.
And NJ is still leading.
NJ. Yeah.
Something tells me that you are NJ and that you open it up for yourself and casually make it so that it is you scoring the highest points, which is admirable, I will say. But an FC Grizzlies grad, I'll tell you.
FC Grizzlies grad, big NJ FC Grizzlies grad.
Yeah.
Face off, and NJ picked up 10 points on him.
Oof. Yeah, it was pretty good. Can I just show you? I'm going to show you something because I want you to be totally impressed with. I'm going to show you. This is.
Yeah.
I decided to graph my performance.
Oh, okay.
And I've come to the conclusion. I've come to the conclusion that, and let me know when you can see it. I peaked too early, and the trend line is not in my favor.
That is. Wow.
I peaked too early.
That is not good. Wait, hold on a minute.
I think the
there you go. It's looking good. There you go.
I think the only thing that's left is for me to flatline from this from here on out. Yeah. So,
all right.
There you go.
Let me tell you, it's not going to get any easier, my friend.
I'm sure it's not. Because the games you picked this week are
Did you take a look at them? Yeah.
I totally did. So let's. Oh, I didn't even do those, so I'll have to do it. Okay. I don't have the fancy setup this week.
All right.
I just didn't have a chance to. So,
All right.
but having
We'll
said
have to
that, let
live with
us
it.
jump right into it.
Yeah, and there was some good. I got some good suggestions for some good games.
Mm.
I picked one or two of them. A couple of them I didn't pick, and easily could have, but just went a different direction this week. So let's see, week 8. Where are my games? Here they are. All right. I picked one NESCAC game, and it could have been a whole bunch of them I could have picked because they're all interesting games. The one that I picked was Bowdoin at Wesleyan. And the reason why I picked this one is Wesleyan's in first place at 5-0-2 in the NESCAC.
I am. My question is, and I started to wonder, maybe the team isn't Williams. Maybe the team is Wesleyan.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Wesleyan hasn't lost yet. They're 5-0-2. Can they make the run? Um, Bowdoin is 11 points, 3-2-2 in fourth place. So here's the thing about looking at the NESCAC standings. 8 teams make the playoff. There's 11 teams in NESCAC. I think we already know who the 8 teams are,
Yeah,
unless something changes.
yeah. It's pretty straightforward, I think, at this
It's,
point.
I mean, Hamilton has a chance to squeak their way
Yeah,
in, but I think we know who the 8 teams are.
yeah.
So that's why I wasn't as gung ho on putting a bunch of those killer NESCAC games in here this week because it doesn't really matter.
I think at this point, I think the NASCAC now is just jockeying for
Yeah.
for
Oh yeah.
for position for is it advantageous home away all that
Well,
kind of stuff.
as I've mentioned a few times in the past, winning the NESCAC is not a good thing
No, no,
for,
you're better
for your
off.
tournament hopes. You're better off not winning
Yep,
the tournament championship
yep,
because they not never, but I guess maybe they want the extra day off. I don't know what it
yeah,
is, but
yeah,
the whoever doesn't win the NESCAC championship usually does better in the tournament.
yeah.
But anyway, so this one is I'm curious to see if Wesleyan's gonna are they gonna clean sweep this thing? Or are they gonna regular season? What are they gonna do? They're 5-2 right now.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Everything's sort of flipped around, right? Like every
Yeah,
story, like
yeah,
early going into the season, who would have thunk like Wesleyan sitting on top of the
right,
NESCAC, like
right,
on top,
right.
and just beat Williams. Tufts, I think, could still make a play for, but again, they have one loss. I just it's just bizarre. Middlebury is the eighth team, or no,
Right.
Hamilton is the eighth team.
Hamilton's 9.
Six. Oh, Middlebury is the eighth team. Like
Middlebury's 8.
where?
Hamilton's 9. Yeah.
What? Amherst the seventh. Like yeah, they're still in it, but man, they've fallen so far.
Right. It's not the usual suspects at the top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would just say about Bowdoin, I'm not too impressed with their schedule. Like I don't. It's
Right.
not. I mean, the fact that they play in the NESCAC, that's the one piece. But then the rest of their scheduling, I don't think is all of that.
Well, I
I
think
don't
it's
think it's
tough
all.
being up in Maine too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Who's going to come to you, right? Like I think
Right.
that's a legit
Right.
issue.
Right.
So, all right,
So that's a good one.
that is a very good one.
So let's stay in the vicinity up there. And this, I just had these guys in. This is the third week I put them in Hobart. They still haven't lost. They're 10-0-2, and I put this one in because they're playing Vassar this week. So this is the game
Yeah.
for the Liberty.
This is a total liberty. Like this is this is the regular season championship. I think is what
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
way I would
for
look at
sure.
it. Right.
Yeah, I mean, Hobart's 5-0-1. They're in first place. They got 16 points. Vassar is 3-1-1, second place. So if Vassar wins this game and then they both win out, Vassar will have the head-to-head.
Yeah.
So it favors them. So this is a big, big game.
Yeah. I mean, and I will say, like, I mean, the liberty is important. Don't get me wrong, but also, like, Hobart's playing for some national recognition
Well,
here, right?
well,
You know what I mean?
so
Like,
the reason why this becomes important, I think, and I mean, I don't know, I haven't looked at the MPI, so I don't know where it's going to net out. But for the last several years, Liberty's been a one bid conference.
yeah, yeah,
You have to win your conference tournament.
yeah, yeah,
So it looks to be right now, Vassar and Hobart are. It's one of those two,
yeah,
right? So you want to host the tournament,
yeah.
your conference tournament. You need the one seed.
You need it. Yeah,
You need the one seed. Vassar
yeah,
has to win this game and
yeah,
then win out to get the one
yeah,
seed.
yeah.
Hobart wins this game. I think it's all but
They lock
over.
it.
They,
I think they lock it. I don't.
right,
I
just
think it's
about.
too far away. Vassar's too far away at that point to even make a
Right,
claim for it. Right. I
right,
mean, they're
right. So this is a monster game because in theory, this game determines number one seed, which in theory determines who's going to win your conference tournament,
yeah,
which in theory determines who's going to the dance.
yeah, yeah.
I should say, who's the only team going to the dance. Now, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you can't get a second team in, but I think it's going to be hard.
I think it's very hard at that point. It's seven
If
three and two. Like just say it's not Vassar. It's
right,
seven
seven
three and
four and
two,
two,
7-4
yeah,
and two.
right. They
Yeah, you're
lose. They're
just
7-4 and 2, and then they
yeah,
win the rest of their games, and they
yeah,
don't win the conference tournament.
yeah,
They what are they did 14-4 and 2.
yeah.
They're
You
not
got it.
going.
They're not going.
They're not going.
Totally, they're not going. Their
Right,
schedules are not
right.
and is not enough. This
The
isn't a
question
NESCAC like schedule, right? Like there's
the
too many
question
soft teams.
becomes if Hobart doesn't win the AQ, do they go with a record of 15-1 and
Yeah,
2?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so big game,
Big game. I totally agree.
big game.
Actually, I will watch this one because I do find it. I think this is an interesting game for all of those reasons, and I'm a fan. I like what they do at Vassar. I like how they try to play. I like the coach. So there's a lot of things about it, and I would have thought like on the trajectory they were on, like these guys could have contended this year. Like they would have been a team, like one of those top 5 teams that we were. Instead, it turns out to be Denison, who legitimately is right. Like I just
Right,
thought Vassar could have been part of that discussion,
right,
especially in this funky year as it is. But
right.
so
But it's Hobart, so
it is Hobart.
it's an interesting one there.
All right.
All right, let's go. Let's stay up there. UAA Brandeis at Rochester.
Brandeis,
This
where
one's
are you?
interesting. So Brandeis is 8-1-3. They're 1-0-1, 4 points at second place in the UAA. Rochester 7-2-4. They've only got 1 point because they're 0-1-1. They're in
Yeah,
sixth place.
yeah.
This is a big game too. Rochester at home 7-2-4. Brandeis on the road 8-1-3.
I think this is like the hope game. Like I think Brandeis still has aspirations and that they need this game. Otherwise, I do think it's a little bit like you're just coasting to the end. Like you're just sort of waiting for the season to be over. I think Washington could conceivably be a lock on the for the title at this point. I'm just not, Brandeis. I think is, hey, can we stay in the hunt a little bit, right? Like,
Right.
can we compete? And I think Rochester. I think this is it keeps them at the top of the table and in a race with WashU. I think that's the way I would
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I mean, on the outside chance, I'm not sure the MPI and all that kind of stuff. On the outside chance, Brandeis needs is to keep their sort of tournament hopes alive. I just don't know if their MPI is. I tried looking for MPI, and it's only the regional ones, and I get all confused by that stuff. So, like, I don't even try at that point.
Well, I mean, Brandeis just tied Emory.
Yes, which is a whole other like. Just as I was like, I'm all in on Emory this year,
Right. What does
and
Emory do? They tie Carnegie
yeah,
Mellon, they tie Brandeis.
yeah. Gee, thanks. So,
Yeah,
but
I mean, Emory's like what 10-0-2 or something like that,
10
and
0 and 2. Yeah.
they're like fifth or something in the
Yeah.
UAA
Yeah.
because their two ties
They're
are
two ties.
conference ties.
They're 0 and 2, I think, or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
conference. And I just,
yeah.
like I said, in WashU, like no one's talking about WashU, but
Huh?
they're doing it, you know. They're
Huh?
so
Yeah.
all right.
All right. Let's move down the coast a little bit. This is a must-win game. No, there's no two ways around it. It's a must-win game. Montclair at Rowan.
This is like the, guns, knife, clubs, chains, like, and
Rowan
all of,
has to win this game.
yeah, yeah,
They have to. If they don't win this game, I think they're in trouble.
I,
They might not even make the tournament, the
yeah,
conference tournament.
conference tournament. Yeah, I was looking at that as I was like, oh, Rowan, what is going on? Like, it just
Rowan's
not,
eight. They're 8-3-3. They're in fifth place in the NJAC.
yeah,
They've only got 4 points. They're 1-2-2 in conference.
in conference, just ridiculous.
1-2-2 in
Right.
conference. They have to win this game, or they might not make the conference tournament.
Yeah, that I mean, they just lack total consistency, right? And they're what they need six qualify for the tournament. They need this because they have TC&J and Keene right there, like same
Right.
record. I just think
That's
had
my point. Yeah,
oh, cousin.
that's my point. They lose this game, they could get
Oh,
jumped,
they
and
could
suddenly they
they
go
could have
from
two
fourth
in
to
front of
seventh.
them. They could have
Yep.
if Keene not that I think Keene will, but
Right. Right.
uh,
Right.
um, but
Because
yeah, they could
I
be.
mean, he's still got a decent enough Ramapo team that's at the bottom
Yeah,
there that could cause some problems. I
yeah.
mean, this is. I
And
think this is a
clearly
must-win game.
NJCU can cause problems because they beat them. Like what? What is going on?
I know.
Yeah, like I'm just again, I am startled. Beginning of the season, Rowan was getting transfers, was getting like really an adult team,
Yes. And maybe
and
that's the problem, the whole transfer thing and the whole,
I,
it just
yeah, I think I think we're starting to see something that didn't think. Like, what's more important, taking a high school kid and sort of working with them, developing them over 4 year period?
right.
Where did I hide that? Um, yeah, over a 4 year period, or getting somebody who played 2 years somewhere else to come in or they're playing their final year or something like that on a
Right.
transfer. What is the better? What is better
Right.
for the team? And I'm starting to wonder about the whole transfer thing.
Right.
So, all right,
All right.
that would be fun if I could get there. I would. I just don't think I
Yeah.
could get there.
No. Where's that one?
That's
that's
at
at Rowan.
Rowan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
all right.
Let's keep going down. Salisbury at Christopher Newport. Salisbury causes problems for everybody.
Yeah, they're like the spoiler.
They are. I mean, they're 7-4-3. They're not
Yeah,
bad. They're not bad.
but they ruin other
CNU
people's day.
8-1-4. They do.
Yeah.
They do. And Salisbury's in second place in
Second. Yeah.
the coast to coast,
Yep.
and Newport's in first. And they play everybody twice. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the
they
nature of it.
played CNU, and then they play them again in like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. And
But
CNU's only loss was to Virginia Wesleyan,
yeah,
but who I think is actually really good in their own right. Um, but I'm Christopher Newport. I am very cautious about Salisbury.
yeah. I think
I,
this is not a game they're looking forward to.
yeah, this would be like the wrong time the wrong time for this game. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you would almost want to play them real early. It just, I think this is danger for Christopher Newport because, like I said, I think part of the well, as their opponent, I think part of the problem with judging what you're going to get when you play Salisbury is that I think they're generally inconsistent. Like, yeah, they will play a cracker of a game and beat somebody of merit, and then next game they're not. And so
Right.
how do you prepare, be mentally prepared for that? I think that's really hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a game where if CNU doesn't go into it 100% focused,
No,
they lose.
they're in trouble. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I
Right.
think that's very true. I just
Right.
think
So
they can't.
they can't take it lightly. I don't
Yeah.
think they will take it lightly, but they have to consider this
Yeah.
a, a big game.
Yeah. They can't, and the one and two is important, right? Like who's first and second,
Yeah.
but I do think, but it is like this. You got to be careful. You're facing them twice, right? You're going to be facing them twice. That's two games right there that you really you don't want them to be defining games for you. And right now, this game could be a defining game, right? Like Salisbury wins. Do they go head to head? I don't have the coast
I'm
to
not
coast,
sure.
right? Like, do they bounce into number one, and then they
Right.
have that head to head benefit? And
Right.
that's where you don't want to be, right? And don't they travel? Doesn't the coast to coast do a tournament where they all go to somewhere? Like they
Yeah.
went to the Banana Slugs last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah. I don't know what yeah, I'm not sure what the,
Yeah. So anyhow, I just think this. I'll watch this one too, but just because I think it's fraught with, like I said, danger. So for CNU. So
championship this year is in Newport News.
oh, so and at Christopher Newport.
Yep.
So I mean
It's
that
close to
lightens
the,
the load a little bit considering they're first, right? But
yeah.
now it's a question of do you want to win outright? Now you want to make your statement, and you got again, if you don't win the conference, can you get in other ways? And this would be a game that would probably, I think, play to Christopher Newport's benefit. So, all right.
All right. Let's start. Let's start moving west. I'll save the one for last. Let's start moving west. DePaul at Ohio Wesleyan.
I mean,
Ohio
I
Wesleyan is currently not in the NCAC playoffs.
yes, like which is like the
DePaul
first
is
time
tied for first.
in. I mean, it's like bizarro world here.
Right.
That
Yeah.
yeah, and it was just like I don't know how far back. Like how many times has Ohio Wesleyan missed the conference? That's why this
Ever.
game ever. Yeah.
Ever.
So they have. I mean, this is the like they have to beat DePaul.
Yeah.
Like I just I don't see how they. I don't like. I don't see how another way in which they get into the tournament, into the conference tournament. Forget the NCAA's at this point, which
Right.
if their first goal is to get into the conference tournament because they have to then win the conference tournament. Because
Right.
if they don't, they're not getting
They're
into
not
the
going
NCAA.
anywhere.
They're
Right.
not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
DePaul is 7-2-3. Ohio
Yeah,
Wesleyan's 5-3-4.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the other teams, I mean, who else is not? Kenyon's not in the like.
Yeah.
It's
Who's
just
at the
so
bottom of the
bizarre.
NCAC? Kenyon.
Kenyon, it's just so bizarre,
Right.
so bizarre. But I right like wins this game, gets momentum, moves up a couple spots, and then suddenly, okay, maybe their storyline changes. Right now, they're
Right.
I hate to say it, like there's got to be a sense of desperation on this one. So
I wonder if Jay Martin is sitting in the bleachers, like watching these games, and, like just gritting his teeth.
That or chuckling, right? Like that. He's either like, I
Well,
can't
they didn't. They,
believe
they
this
didn't.
is
Yeah,
happening, or
yeah.
ha ha ha, I told them.
Right,
You know. So whatever. Who knows? Who knows the dynamic there? But
right.
yeah,
But this is uncharted territory
uncharted. Like totally,
for
totally,
Owu.
totally.
Yeah,
Which again, it's a momentous change. So maybe that had a bigger impact than what we realized, right? Like maybe
yeah.
that's a bigger
I,
deal.
I didn't I didn't think it was, but apparently it is.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I'll watch this one too. Like this is like it's just. And again, DePaul, no one's saying anything about DePaul, and here they are, top of the conference. And
That's right.
I mean, it's
Yep,
crazy. It's
yep.
just
This
bizarre.
is why we do this.
This is why we do this. And I know the score.
Oh God, no! Stop!
I ain't
Don't even
playing that game.
talk.
Homie ain't playing
Don't
that
even.
game anymore.
Don't even
Like,
talk.
no. There's so much film that's just plain outright embarrassing of me. Like, if somebody just wants to be like, dude, did you say that? Like, I don't remember. Like, oh, here it is. Oh, Lord. All
Fine.
right.
All right. Let's look at big American Rivers Conference game. 8-0-5 Loris. They're
Yeah.
tied for first, 2-0-2 in the conference. Now, they're playing 4-6-1 Wartburg. So 8-0-5 versus 4-6-1.
Yeah.
But Wartburg is 2-1 in conference. They're tied for fourth. They are the two-time defending champion
Yeah.
of the American Rivers Conference. I don't think you write these guys off just because
No.
they're 4-6-1.
No. Yeah. And I think, despite that, I think they, right. Again, it's this conference tournament. Like that is
Right.
this is the team. It's like this is our objective. I don't know what, right? Like they're not pining for, hey, we want home field advantage. We want to be regular season champs. At this point, they're just kind of like, we just want to ensure that we're in, because then dynamic changes, right? Like we're back into it. And I will say, Loris, I mean, great year by their standards. They beat Whitewater. They beat Platteville, which I think Platteville is a little down. They beat Aurora. Aurora. I cannot enunciate that well. But I don't think their schedule is like, it's not.
Well,
If they can't make the conference, if they can't win the conference, I'm not sure that they have what it takes. They don't think MPI wise to get into the NCAA. So their only ticket is the conference tournament, is winning the conference tournament, and I think that's where it's gonna be. Like that's why this is gonna be a battle. I think this
I think
is.
this is I would say for anybody that's looking, don't look at Wartburg's schedule and say or record and say, oh well, they have a losing record, they're not any good, and this is an easy
Mm-hmm.
win for Loris.
Yeah.
They're 4-6-1. They must not be good.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Who did I
No.
watch? I can't remember. Let me check real quick. Who did I
So
watch? Maybe it was the Platteville game. I don't think they looked terribly bad. Maybe
Wartburg?
Wartburg. Yeah, sorry. I
Wartburg.
keep saying
So
Wabash.
Wartburg's all the Wartburg's losses,
Our
all
goal.
six of them are 1-0 losses. Up
Yeah.
there was a 2-1, and they were to good teams. They
Yeah.
lost to 8-4 McAllister. They
Yeah.
lost to 13-1 Augsburg.
Augsburg. Yeah.
They lost to 9-3
MSOE.
MSOE. They lost to 7-3 Whitewater.
Yeah.
They lost to 6-2-4 Platteville.
Yeah.
They lost to 6-2-3 Central Iowa.
They don't. They're not. They're not getting rolled. Right. They're not getting
No,
rolled. And they play. That is a heck of a schedule when you're looking at. Like that is a pretty.
it is.
It's
I mean, they're not winning the games, but
yeah.
they're in the games.
Yeah, they're in it.
I
Yeah.
mean, they they outshot Augsburg shots on goal. They out 9-8. That could have been the other way around. McAllister, they outshot 24-7,
Yeah.
and they still lost that game 1-0.
Yeah.
I mean, they're they're in these games.
Yeah.
They could easily be, instead of uh, 4-6-1, they could easily be 9-1-1.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a big game.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be a cracker. And like you said, I think it's perfectly legit. Like, don't Wartburg's better than you realize.
Right.
Like, the
Yep.
record doesn't say anything. Really doesn't. Really
Right.
doesn't. It is amazing. Like, it's literally one goal differential.
Yeah.
Like, just
I know, right?
uh, hot dog, good one. That is a really good game to pick. By the way, that's a really good. I give Bizarro EJ credit for picking this one. All right.
All right, next one. The MIAC might be one of the best conferences in the country this year.
Yeah.
This is McAllister at Gustavus Adolphus. That conference is St. Olaf in first,
Yeah.
11-1-2. Augsburg in second, 13-1. Gustavus in third, 9-3-1. Bethel in Minnesota, 7-4-2. McAllister, 8-4. These are good teams.
Yeah. I
There's no rollover. And you
yeah,
see, when you got other
no.
teams that are in here too, they're like Carlton. They're 7-3-2.
Yeah. Well, and even the teams like right like St. John's just beat Augsburg, you know? Like these aren't
Yeah.
they compete Hamline, right? It's interesting, right? Like here are teams again how conferences seem to have leveled out. I think that's the story of the year. It's like how level these conferences are that all the rules
Right.
are out the window.
Right. So here's the thing: Gustavus is in third place. If they
Yeah.
lose to McAllister and Bethel wins, or St. John's wins, or
They
St.
drop
Scholastica wins,
two.
like
Two?
Gustavus goes from third to like sixth,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that,
Yep. And
like
what is
that.
it? Six into the conference, right?
Yep.
I think it's
Yep.
six. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then suddenly you're in peril, right? Like
Now you're scratching.
yeah. Well, it's at
Yeah.
Gustavus too, so they're on the what's the name of the field? The track, right? It's a track, so it's a
Is
narrow
it?
field. That to me plays a that might be a benefit to Gustavus. But yeah, if they lose, I don't know. Bethel wins. McAllister obviously wins. Saint Scholastica wins.
Right. Well, I mean,
You
they have
literally you could be they could be sixth at that point.
they have games midweek. I mean, they play
Yeah.
Hamline midweek, and they could lose that game. I mean, that's
Uh,
not an easy rollover
no,
game.
no, no,
It's not
no,
like they're
no.
playing, Concordia or something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a game. Hamline's going to give them a game, so they
yeah,
could, drop to Hamline, drop to McAllister.
yeah.
Suddenly, whoa,
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oof. Oof. I'm gonna have to turn on the second computer to get those games
uh,
up there now. Like I'm running out of real estate. This is where it gets good, though. We talked about this. Like this is where it starts to like these games are like,
well, and that's why I say there's like I had my original list of games was about 20,
yeah,
and I parried it down to 10,
yeah.
and
It's
I
just
easily could have taken the different 10
yeah,
games
yeah,
that are of real interest.
yeah. It's good that you did this one too. Like no, no, like Could have stuck with the Centennial. Well, we do have a Centennial game, but right, like you could have gone the sort of traditional route. And
Right.
here are some just cracker games. So
Well, and that's the thing. Like there are some great matchups in the ODAC that I didn't look at
yeah,
too,
yeah,
because and same with like they said the NESCAC. And the reason why is I don't think that a lot of these games are
Me,
really going to make that much of a
much
difference.
difference. Yeah, yeah. This is we have games on here. This the Loris Wartburg, this McAllister Gustavus, like real consequence. You lose this game, you suddenly are in
Right.
jeopardy of, or maybe not in jeopardy, but you've just dropped to a level where hey, you have to be careful. Like you lose a game or you tie a game, and suddenly you might be out of the conference, right? Conference tournament. I think
Right.
that's the math on a number of these games that the
Yeah.
Paul
Yeah. I
Owu,
mean,
like that's a big deal for Owu. You want to keep your hope alive, man. You got to take this game. I just think it's a bigger. These are games that are a lot more meaningful than first or second, home away. Like it just doesn't. So
right. Right.
all right,
All right. SAA, Trinity, Sewanee.
this is a good
Trinity.
again. Like
So, I mean, Sewanee off to a hot start, and then they stumbled a little bit.
yeah,
They're 9-2-3 right now. They're 4 points. They're in third place behind Southwestern and Trinity. So, but this is a game where if Sewanee's having a good season and is capable of winning this game, that's not going to put them in first or
it's not
second
good. Yeah,
place,
yeah,
but it's a big statement for them.
yeah, yeah.
Gives them the confidence going forward. Once you get to your conference tournament, all bets are off, right?
And it gives them room. It'll give them like some okay, so now we
Right,
have a little bit of a gap. We have some we have the opportunity to be okay, right? Like
right.
is it this 4 team? 6 team? I can't remember.
I forget.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, Trinity's going to want to, keep up
Yeah.
with Southwestern. That's going to be a big game that when they
Yeah.
play each other. But
Yeah. But I do think again, I think over the last couple of years something's going on at Swanee where I think they're trying to be like, okay, how do we get to be the number one, number two consistently, right? Like I don't want right. Like there's always that. Oh, you have these teams, the top 20s. They are who they are. We know them.
right,
Everyone talks about them. And Swanee's like, how do we get there? Like, because they're that next sort of very good. They can beat team, whatever, but they just haven't made that leap. And this would be like sort of that. Like, hey,
yeah,
how do we leap? This would be the type of game where you want to. They win. Hey, suddenly they're what? They're 10-2-3. They're they're sitting third comfortably in the conference. Now you start to think, hey, what is this a team? They get the right pieces of the puzzle. Like, hey, okay, maybe not this year they make a lot of waves, but maybe next year, right? They start buying into something that has a little bit more
right,
longevity.
right.
So I'll be watching. Dang it. At Swanee too, I love that field. I love that setting there.
It's such an interesting campus.
Supposedly it's beautiful. I don't know. I don't. So I'd love to get there one day. When I signed the big multi-million-dollar
Yeah,
deal with the television network, and then part of the contract is that they give me an RV, a decked out RV, and I travel the country going to Division III colleges and
game
games.
game day, like
Game day, yeah,
ESPN game day. You
yeah,
show up,
yeah,
you roll up to
yeah.
the
Roll
Sewanee
up, yeah.
Trinity pregame. You and the 45
I
people
have
that are going to be watching.
aspirations. I have
Right,
aspirations.
right. I'll sit shotgun on that trip.
Yeah, yeah, oh, absolutely. We gotta can't
Right.
frickin' frack. Like can't do this
Get
on my
some
own. You kidding
get
me?
some Benjaminos
Yeah,
to the road.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Benjamino, sure. Yeah, sure, Benjamino's. We got it. We are. We'll wear T-shirts, Benjamino's T-shirts.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
bought in we are right now.
Uh-huh.
All right. Who else
What
is
do you think of this
left?
last game?
This is the
This is
last
the
game.
Yeah. What do you think of this one? I think this is going
First
to
of
cause
all,
fits.
I will say, like, I'm shocked. You know, like I'm just shocked. Like again, a perfect example of where it's like, up is down. War is peace. All that just totally
Mhm.
opposite world. Like this is not a conversation I thought we would be having this late in the game about.
You
Right,
lose this, your season's over.
you're over. Over,
Over.
over,
Over.
over, over. That's it.
Over.
There is no other route. Your only route is to somehow make it to your conference tournament. And if you
And
don't win, and
there's even you win this game, there's no guarantees you're making it to the conference tournament.
correct. It just sort of gives you maybe a little bit of
Hope.
O2 to
Right.
like I
A
don't know,
little
like
bit of hope you could squeak
hey,
in.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
you're saying you still got a chance. No, we're not saying that, but maybe like
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just
Two,
crazy.
two of the more disappointing, historically strong teams with having historically disappointing seasons.
I
Three,
mean,
6, and 5 Hopkins. 3, 6, and 5 Hopkins. 3, 8, and 2 F&M.
like that
Who's
alone. That
who's
alone. Seriously.
I really like this game for the simple fact that I really don't know who how you're going to come up with who's
A
less
score.
who's who's
Who's
less
less not good?
disappointing. Right, who's less not good.
I mean, I'm sure there's rationale. Like, don't get me wrong. I know, again, because I talk to him and I get some insights. Like, I do think Hopkins has dealt with some things,
Of
injuries and
course.
whatnot. Yeah,
Of
they are
course.
young. They did lose a lot. I
Yes.
totally get that, but I didn't expect that. I don't expect 3, 6, and 5.
You,
I mean, I will
so th-
say, right? To me, I'm like, if I'm going to draw some, like, hey, this maybe the team's not so bad. They tied 5 games.
right.
Like, okay, so if they didn't tie those, they would be 8-6. Okay,
Okay,
but
yeah.
oh my gosh, I think I watched a number of their games. I'm just kind of like,
So this is what I find interesting though about the whole argument like they're young. And I mean I get it, but you're talking about an elite institution that's getting
right,
freshmen who are, for all intents and purposes, probably
the best of the best.
the better, right, the
Yes,
better or strongest division,
right.
high school kids
It allows
that
you
are border.
it allows you to transcend like the soccer level, right? Like, hey, we're Division 3. Do you want to come play for us? Well, I no. Oh, we are Johns Hopkins, high academic level. You have the grades, and they're thinking, yeah, Johns Hopkins. I would like a degree from
Right,
Johns
or the
Hopkins.
kids who
Yeah,
don't want to go Division 1
correct.
because they don't want to go to
Yeah,
whatever.
VMI.
Yeah, I was gonna, not VMI, but yeah, like
Yeah, Chicago
Old
State.
Dominion.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
They don't
yeah,
want to go
yeah,
to Old Dominion.
yeah, yeah.
Instead, they're gonna go
Yep.
to Johns Hopkins. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like you're getting good freshmen.
Yep.
Like these kids should be able to step in
Yeah.
and play.
Totally agree with you there. And I would say F&M is in sort of that same, in a
Close,
similar. Not
close.
again. There's 3 schools, Division 3 schools that I would say like, right, MIT, Hopkins, Caltech are the toughest, I think, academically, and some of the toughs maybe, or maybe toughs if you're going for biology or
Yeah,
something.
some of
But
the, sure, the
but I
NESCAC,
think
yeah.
the most like so. I just
Chicago.
yeah, Chicago. Yeah.
I mean,
There's a
you got
number of
some
them. Don't
elite.
get me wrong. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
they're the only
Right, that's
ones,
fair.
but
Right, right. Yeah,
But I look at
elite
those, it's something
institutions.
like there's just something, it's so
Yeah.
very hard there
Hmm.
to get there. And that just carries
Right.
the different thing. And so I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I also think, like, I don't think it's just about the young, like the young players that come in. I also think it's about the players you've lost and sort of the impact that you've had. And these guys graduate and these no longer graduates. Last year they had what, 5 graduate students, right? Like
Right.
that had been around the program for a long time, and so since they were freshmen or whatever. I think that has an impact too. Um,
So one of the comments about Mary Washington was, not completely unexpected. They're down a little bit because so much of their talent last year, graduated, and the kids that were remaining, didn't get a whole lot of minutes last year.
hmm
So I'm wondering if that's the coach, or not the coach. Yeah, the coach. The coaching, the philosophy of not getting the younger kids more minutes to expose them to things,
uh, uh,
especially in games where you're winning 2-0, three
yeah,
nothing. At that point, give these kids more than 8 minutes. Give them 30 minutes.
yeah. I agree. I'm a big look. It's different levels, right? So one of the things high school that I always say, I'm like, the biggest thing I always like, you should have your starting 11 and your 13 guys who could start, 14 guys who could start, and then everybody else should be super young, and that you should be interested in getting them in as soon as possible. They could be
Right.
freshmen. They're going to be small. They're going to get run over. They're going to but get them in because you're not concerned about this year with them. You're concerned about
Right.
next year and the year after. And
Right.
I
Right.
think the same thing applies at that.
Like, I get it. You got to wait your turn. You're not going to be a
Yeah.
starter. You're not,
But I think
but
it's more than that. I don't think it's
you,
you got to wait your turn. I don't think I think it's a lot more than just your turn. I think it's you need to be incorporated and exposed to it a lot earlier.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
yeah. And that's why who were we talking about last week? Was it Case or CMU? They played 20 kids against Emory.
Yeah. CMU, I thought you said. Was it
Yeah,
or,
was it CMU? Is that who I
yeah.
had last
I
week?
thought
Was it
so.
CMU?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had played Emory the week before and they tied them, right?
Yeah.
And they played 20
Yeah.
field 20
Guys.
20 field
Guys, yeah.
players.
Yeah.
That's
I will say I'm not a fan of just throwing guys. Like there's guys who be like, "Hey, sub the line,"
right,
like
right,
hockey tubs. I'm not a fan of that, but I am a fan
right.
of. I'm okay with 20 guys getting in. Like I think that's fantastic, and I think it helps in the long run. Like,
That's my point.
yeah,
That's my point. So to to say, well, we got young guys, and well, you know what, they should be playing anyway.
yeah,
They should be playing
yeah,
last year.
yeah,
We had a bunch of sophomores. They should have played a lot as a freshman.
yeah,
Not started, but
yeah.
they need to be exposed.
It's funny, and this is totally. I just thought of this. Like and when I got asked this question of coaches that I next, once the season's over and I have them on, it is, are they starting to feel pressure as coaches to win? And I don't mean like, hey, it's not a question of you not feeling like the personal pressure of wanting to do well and all that kind
Right,
of stuff.
right, right,
I mean like that institutional pressure where, hey, we're not going to tolerate losing
right.
no matter
Does that
what it looks
exist?
like. If it is a loss, that is a bad thing, right?
Right.
Because if they are, you totally understand why they're going to rely on the portal, and they might rely on graduate students or older guys rather than trying to,
Yeah,
right? And I'm sure there's schools that are and some schools that are not, but I just wonder if that's, especially now with all the Division 1
I
stuff
don't know,
coming
but
on.
like so many of these schools use athletics as a recruiting tool to bring bodies in,
Oh, totally, totally.
right? That's why these rosters are now 36, 38
Yeah,
players.
yeah,
I looked at my picture from when I was I don't know, junior or senior, and we had like 25 kids on the roster.
roster, yeah,
That was it.
yeah,
It was that was the roster. We had three goalies
Yeah.
and
22. Yeah. Two
20,
basically
20
two
21,
teams. Two
two teams,
teams.
right? Yeah, two
Yeah.
teams and three goalies, and that was the
Yeah.
roster. Now they've got 36, 37 kids on the roster because, and I get it. I'm not criticizing them for it. I get it. That's why you bring them in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because you need the money, you need the
You need the
student,
enrollment, you need the
the
numbers.
enrollment, right,
Yeah.
right, right, right. So I
Yeah.
don't know that there's necessarily a lot of pressure to win from administration. There is certainly from St. Lawrence alumni,
Oh, have you seen
but
some of those comments?
I know,
Holy,
right?
oh my gosh. Like, and I
But
get it. Like, I understand. But here's the thing, right? Like, so there's the pressure to have, let's just make up a number, 35 guys on your roster because that's what the administration is telling you. And
mhm,
then you have a boss who is the athletic director who's saying, like, I don't care that you got 35. I just know last year you were 3, 8, and whatever. Like, is that
right.
good enough? Right? If you're the athletic director, is that good enough? What
But
does it do? The 35 guys who graduated last year who won the conference, and they're like, yeah, I'm so annoyed with you guys because
who
like
gets who gets fired from Division III soccer?
I know of a few, but I
Did,
don't right like yeah. That's why I mean that's what I meant. Are they starting or is there pressure to win?
right, right.
You
Not a lot
know,
of these guys. I mean, a lot of these guys resign. They quit. They take a different
right?
job. They whatever. They're not getting shown the door because they're not winning
Mm,
for the most part.
yeah.
Because
Local New
you can
Jersey
go.
school, local New Jersey school coach retired, and that was
Well,
very
you can go years of
TCNJ.
not doing
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah. George at TCNJ was there for
retired. Yeah,
25 years and
but
was great for the first 12 years and then terrible for the
yeah,
following 20
yeah,
or whatever.
whatever it was. Yeah. So,
And and
but that was an instance of where institutions said, here's an opportunity for you to retire with a great package.
right,
Maybe you
right,
should consider it.
right.
Right. And I think,
But how long did it take him to do that?
well, that's a whole different, right. That's another,
That's my point,
yeah,
right?
right,
You're not
right.
you they should have done it 10 years
Yeah,
ago
yeah,
when TCNJ stopped being relevant.
yeah. Yeah, no,
But
I agree. I agree. Again, I just think it's I for some schools, I do think you have to ask, like, and we're having this conversation not necessarily about Hopkins or F&M. We're just talking in general, like
right.
programs that have
Yeah.
this history of success and they've won and they've done great things and they have their years up on the boards and right and the alumni are really involved. Like, does it get a little hot under the collar at some point? Like,
Well,
you know,
Wagner's not in danger of
no,
losing his
no, no,
job.
no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That I totally agree.
Nobody's giving him a hard time.
No, 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 no.
I mean,
He's
the
done
alumni
too.
might
Yeah,
the
yeah,
alumni might be nudging him like, "Oh,
yeah.
Dan, what's going on?
What's
What
going on? Yeah,
what happened this year?" But
yeah,
no, he's not.
yeah. No, 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 no. I don't.
And they'll be fine. I don't think this is like the downfall of F&M, and
No.
suddenly this is just a bad year for whatever reason.
Well, listen to. Let's be realistic. Let's in the in college soccer. The truth of the matter is that it is very hard to be very consistently good. It's easy to be consistently bad, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that is like more the norm than it
hmm
is. I think these again is why do people talk about F&M? I mean, their history since 98 or whatever it is. They
right.
make the NCAA's every year, like all of this crazy stuff. That is an anomaly.
Right.
So to have, I'll just say, 2, 3 years in a row, you're like, yeah, that's awesome.
Well,
Hey, that's great. It gives you so much momentum to do great 4 and 5. But to do it year in, year out is a very, very difficult proposition. I mean, and
we,
hey, to
we
throw a NESCAC in there, hey, Amherst isn't having the greatest of years,
right.
right? Like up to their standard, I will say. I don't think
Well,
it's a terrible year, but I don't think
we've been
like they're
talking
not
about this
playing
about
well.
on the boards with Messiah.
Yeah. Messiah.
Like
There's another one, right? Like, what's going on there, right? Like, I do think
unprecedented,
they're unprecedented because
unprecedentedly,
they're bad,
they're
not because they're
right,
good, right? Like, suddenly they're
right,
good. Like, we talk
right,
about, I don't know, who do we talk about what are they? What's going on? Or Hobart or Wesleyan? What's Wesleyan doing atop the NESCAC? They're not. They
right,
don't belong there. Like,
right.
so. Anyhow,
So this is I'm really this game more than any other. I'm curious to
yeah,
see what the
yeah.
Hive decides. Like, is Hopkins worse? Is FNM
Like
worse?
no gooder. Who's
No,
no
yeah.
gooder?
This is 0-0 tie, right?
I
This is
could you imagine? I mean, that would almost be like the irony of fate,
right.
ironic fate, however you want to say it. Like if they
Uh-huh.
ended up 0-0, like it
Well,
just would define. Like, yep, how'd your season go? We tied F and M 0-0. Like like it'd just be like, okay, totally understand that.
let's see. Let's see what does Massey have this game? 1-1. Massey
Yeah.
gives F&M a 51%, 61% chance of winning. No, yeah, F&M 61% chance of winning, but it's a 1-1 score.
Like I said, Tad Franklin and Marshall too. Like, could you imagine? I mean, like I respect both
It,
guys, but could you imagine the sideline conversation? Like,
oh, here,
I can't believe this. Like, like what?
F&M 43% chance of winning, Hopkins a 39% chance of
Yeah,
winning. And you can sim a 7-game series. Hopkins 2-1, Hopkins 3-2, F&M 4-3, F&M 2-1, F&M 4-3, F&M 4-1, draw 2-2. This is going to be interesting.
oh my gosh. This is just gonna be. That's gonna. I'll be a.
I'm
This
curious about
this
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 game.
might be the game of the week for Like
I know
this is
that's what
the
I'm saying.
game of the week.
I'm so curious. I'm so curious about this game.
Travel out to Lancaster just for this one. That
Yeah,
would be fun. So.
yeah. So there you
Uh,
go. Those 10
all
games.
right. I know all the scores. If anybody wants to know the scores, please email me.
Wait,
Please
can you put up
just
that
let me.
graph again?
Yeah.
That you
Oh, you suck. You're so evil.
show
This
me the graph.
this again. This says more about ski slopes that I enjoy,
Hmm.
not so much like I like the peak and then like all the speed and then you sort of slow down and then you pick up more
Yeah.
speed. Yeah, no, not a good thing. Like I said,
Rolling
the
Stone
only thing
gathers no
the
moss, man.
the the only thing is to flatline from this point forward. Like that's where I'm at. Like that's a heartbeat right there. I had a little bit of a heartbeat, and now no, that's it. That's it.
Oh, that's good stuff
So,
right there.
all
All right.
right,
All right.
EJ,
Good
wonderful,
luck.
wonderful week. Good luck. We'll be in touch on Friday. Friday,
Sounds
Friday,
good.
Friday. All right. Have a great week.
Peace.